My name is Jason Welmaker, and in this video I will be talking about poverty as my topic for the visualization project. Poverty entails more than the lack of income and productive resources to ensure sustainable livelihoods. Its manifestations include hunger and malnutrition, limited access to education and other basic services, social discrimination and exclusion, as well as lack of participation in decision making. As our course describes the definition of sociology as social situations that a large number of people feel is inappropriate and needs a remedy, I felt poverty most accurately fit Southwest Florida because many people do recognize that it is a problem and a growing concern in the near future. I grabbed some information from welfareinfo.org that states that Southwest Florida is higher than the overall national rate for poverty in the U.S. The poverty rate in Fort Myers is 20.6%, with the national being 15%. So it is a good deal higher than what our national rate is, which is concerning for Florida. 1 out of every 4.8 residents of Fort Myers live in poverty. For a better estimation near home, San Carlos Park is at a 17.6% estimate. The poverty rate across the state of Florida is 15.5%, meaning Fort Myers has a significantly higher rate than the average percentage of residents below the poverty line when compared to the rest of Florida. Another fact that you should know is female residents of Fort Myers in Florida are moderately more likely to live in poverty than male by 14%. And for us college students, Florida has a poverty rate of 17.2% for those currently enrolled in undergraduate programs. As for consequences in our local community, more children in Collier and Lee counties live in poverty and rely on food stamps and are uninsured and overweight and have gone through maltreatment and dispositions compared to their counterparts statewide. Now, community-based organizations that are in the area are among some of the big ones, being the American Red Cross, Boys and Girls Club of Lee County, the Salvation Army, and the Cape Coral Caring Center. The Cape Coral Caring Center is a little more local and not as much nationwide, and it helps about 1,500 people a month with food, nearly triple what it was before the recession and the economy went on a decline. The Cape Coral Caring Center has also been having problems recently as it has lost its funding from, or it's overused its funding from the government and now relies solely on community-based donations and charitable goodwill. But the most important thing I wanted to discuss in the video and leave the most time for was solutions to the problem. Originally, I thought it was mostly needed to be done in the decision making and choices that people make. However, some situations will always be out of their control, and it is unfair to say that poverty is purely decision-based and cannot be completely overcome without the help of others and circumstances that led up to it. So I did consult our book, The American Society, right here. Pages 304 to 311 go into great length and detailed explaining on a few reasons how poverty can be overcome and solutions to it. The most big one is basic income, and our book will do a better job explaining it, but the general idea behind it is everyone receives basic income, not just those in poverty or the ones needing it, but it becomes something that everyone receives across the United States. The way this works is we do away with food stamps, unemployment insurance, social security pensions, and so on. Anything that has a cash flow or cash statement gets done away with. Then the taxes from those that are above a line or poverty line pay more in taxes, similar to what we have going on today. This is just how the basic income will be funded. Basic income is going to become a freedom, or if you will. The idea behind basic income is that everyone receives just the amount of money needed to live without being in poverty. So if you needed $1,500 a month to live without being considered in poverty, that is what everyone in the United States would receive. And this would be done through cutting funding and reallocating it elsewhere, and by taxing those who are above a certain line where they can afford. Now, the reason that this has not been implemented is because of the most primary concerns being once people make enough money that they won't work. And when people don't work, then it leads to not influencing the economy and so forth and so forth. And the reasons why they believe this will continue to work is because people don't want to just meet the bare minimum. People will still want to work and go out and earn money that will help them and their families and have some more spending money. Reasons that this can also be implemented is because currently there are a lot of low income jobs that are also some of the harshest jobs. Those jobs will be eliminated because people will no longer need to work those jobs to make ends meet. So, therefore, companies will either have to pay them more or the jobs will be done away with and cleaned up in a better sense of the term. So, overall, poverty is a growing problem in Southwest Florida. And as our book describes, or as our course describes, social situations that a large number of people feel is inappropriate and needs a remedy is what sociology is all about. And poverty, I feel, is something that is a social situation that not only many people are affected by, but those that aren't in it feel that it's inappropriate and feel that it needs to be cleaned up, much like how we view our homeless problem and how we view people that are less fortunate than us and how we wish that it would just be solved, but that task does fall on us to help solve that problem. So, overall, I believe poverty is a social situation and a social problem, and it is affecting us in Southwest Florida, not only with the many communities that are working towards the problem and many government funding going to try to fix this solution, but there are many people working towards this problem and many solutions that can be implemented, and we just need to find the right one that can best help everyone. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.